Hello everyone. So hope I'm audible to everyone. Do comment if you are able to hear me and then I will quickly start. तो जो लोग भी ऑनलाइन हैं अभी और मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं प्लीज़ अपने कमेंट करिए, है ना। लाइव चैट में अगर आप कमेंट करोगे तो मुझे मालूम चलेगा कि मैं आपको सुनाई दे रहा हूँ, मतलब आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं और फिर मैं इस सेशन को तुरंत ही स्टार्ट कर दूंगा। तो जो लोग भी ऑनलाइन हैं प्लीज़ लाइव चैट में कमेंट करें और फिर हम इस सेशन को तुरंत ही शुरू करेंगे। तो पहली इन्फॉर्मेशन जो मैं आप लोगों को देना चाहता हूँ ये कि हमने अभी अपना एक ऑफिशियल टेलीग्राम चैनल शुरू किया है। वी हैव जस्ट स्टार्टेड आवर ऑफिशियल Appraoch Telegram channel. The purpose of this Telegram channel is that we will be sending you updates of any live session that will be scheduled. Hi, Ambikeshar Kumar. Hope you are able to hear me. And all important job notifications will be actually sent to that Telegram channel. Along with, we are planning to send you current affairs PDFs as well. So all the official information that we'll have about Appraoch or which can be relevant to you. Hello, Anurag, Lalit. Welcome to this session. So this is the link, that is https://t.me/hello Appraoch. This is the Telegram channel name. So after the session, in the description also we'll update it. Even in the live chat at the top you can find the link. Do join it immediately so that you do not miss any update. Ram Kishore, I will speak only in English. Don't worry about that. The session is scheduled for English only, so I will be using only English language, nothing else. Right? All right, so let us start. So this is question number 51. That's what we are going to discuss right now. It says the radii of two cylinders are in the ratio 2:3 and their heights are in this ratio 5:3. So what is the ratio of the volume? You know that the r square h term is going to be there in the cylinder volume. Pi, I'm not writing it because that is not relevant in terms of ratio. You can clearly see here that the radius are given in the ratio 2:3. So this will become 4/9 corresponding to the radius, and the height component will give you 5/3. And without any confusion, you can mark 20:27, and that's how this question can be done very easily without any problem. Right? So it's all about, if you ask me this question you want to solve in the exam, it's better you do it orally, right? Because if you raise your pen, you are unnecessarily wasting your time, because it can be done like that. Okay, so let me move further, and that is question number 52 now. Read the question. Neeraj, I will take all those questions that how you can improve your score later, right? Let's do the questions first. Question number 52 says 3 cubes of iron whose edges are 6 centimeter, 8 centimeter, 10 centimeter respectively. We have to find that if they are melted and they are forming a single cube, then what is the edge of the new cube? How much time will you take to mark it? I think you should not take any time. You should mark 12 is the answer. I'll tell you how I did it so quickly. You know that the volumes will be constant. That means if you sum the volume of all 3 cubes of the iron here, that should be equal to a cube. That is the volume of the new cube. Now you can quickly see that the 10 cube is 1000 plus 8 cube plus 6 cube. 8 cube is 512, 6 cube is 216. This sum is not going to be more than 2000. And this 14 cube is actually going to be more than 2000, because even 13 cube is more than 2000. So that means your answer will be, the only possible answer here is going to be 12, because all other answers and their cube will be much more than 2000 that we do not need, because here the sum of the cubes will give me a value which is going to be less than 2000. That's how you have to solve in the exam. You need not to get the exact value to get the answer. You just need to see that you know what I'm getting, what answers can be possible. So looking at the options is very crucial if you want to score anywhere, you know, more than 180, 190. That is very important. Use the options. It is not about actual calculation and then you will be given a Nobel Prize. Not at all, right? You will be given equal marks if you mark like that, or you solve in one page and mark. So better develop that kind of thinking. Question number 53 now. What it says? Question number 53 says that the radii of two concentric circles are 68 centimeters and 22 centimeters. What we have to find that what is the area of the closed figure bounded in that boundary. So essentially if you draw the diagram, right, the diagram will look like this, something like that. I am not able to draw the exact diagram with same center, but please understand my feeling, right? This is 68 and this is given to be 22. Now if you find this difference, right, it is going to be pi into 68 square minus 22 square. So essentially I can write like this, right? And I think these things you have to learn to do mentally, right? Then you will say pi is going to be there, and if you sum these two values, right, you are going to get 90. And if you sum these two values, what you'll get? 46. Now the task is to finding the sum. Multiply it, it is going to be 3600, then 540. You clearly see you are getting the answer directly. And what is that? First one, that is 4140, right? Once you got this 40, it was enough to mark the answer, because this is only one option where 40 is coming in the end, because pi is there in all the options, right? That's how you can easily choose. If you just look at this value, that last two digits is going to be 40, right? Pi will come in multiplication. Hope all of you getting it. Please comment, please comment. I will accordingly set my speed, that I need to go faster or slower. So do comment if you're getting this particular question. Question number 54 now. It says the radius of one sphere is given to be 6 centimeter. It is being melted and drawn into a wire of radius 0.2 centimeter. Then we have to find what is the length of the wire. Now understand one thing, right? If you write 4 by 3, do not write pi, because that is not required. Pi will cancel out from the both sides. This is the volume of the sphere. Then I'm going to write the volume of the cylinder. I will not write pi once again, because that will cancel out. So this will be, and the length will be L. I have to find the value of L. You can clearly see from here. Do not write and calculate. You can orally check out what is the answer. Answer is going to be 72. How? Look, see. If you square it, it is going to give you 4. Actually, there will be decimals, but directly I know that, 4 and 4 will be cancelled out. Ultimately, here this side it will be 100. And this particular value, that is 6 cube, it is actually 216. Right? So if you look at this particular value is going to be 216, and I'm sure this 2 square will give me a 4, that will be cancelled out. Now you just need to check which option can give you the right answer. 216 by 3, the only possible answer is 72. There is no need you waste your time in determining that where decimal will come. Will it be 72 or 7.2 or 8.1? Because all options are containing equal number of digits. So if options are containing only 2 digits, you are free from you can forget about decimals. Decimals are not important. I have to match the digits. So once you identify this, the 2 square will be cancelled out with this 4. The ultimate calculation will be 216 by 3. Forget about the 0 that is there. I hope all of you are getting that. Everyone is getting my point that I'm trying to talk about. This is meter doesn't matter, sir. That's what I'm saying. When digits are same, right, even the unit is not going to matter. Actually, that 100 that will be there, it will make it 72 meters, but I'm not carrying it because that is not required here. So just use only that amount of wisdom that is actually required in the question, right? Do not try to be Einstein in the paper. Not required. Any average student can crack this exam very easily. Hope all of you are getting it. Please confirm. If everyone is getting the discussion, I am waiting for your comments so that I can proceed further. Everyone, please comment. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So let me proceed further then with question number 55. It says the radius of a wire is decreased to 1/3. Then they say volume remains same. Then what will happen to the length? If radius is becoming 1/3, the volume should become 1/9 because of the radius. R square, right? R square H is there. R square L is there. So due to 1/3 of the radius, the volume will be 1/9. But it is saying volume is same. What does that mean? The length component, which is having 1 power 1, it should be 9 times. Then only it is possible that we can have equal volume. Otherwise, we are not going to get equal volume. Orally, you can do this question. You call mensuration. What is here? Nothing, right? You just need to understand the proportionality, right? That what is the impact of radius on the volume? What is the impact of length on the volume? That's it. That is sufficient to do this question very easily. So sometimes I feel very worried when somebody calls me and say maths is very tough. This is not maths, sir. This is common sense. So, and I believe every one of you is having common sense. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been preparing for this exam, right? So use your common sense. You are going to get the answers very easily. Let's look at this question number 56 now. In a trapezium ABCD, do not worry if it is trapezium. Don't worry. I'll just show you how easily you can do any question. It says AB and DC are the parallel sides. Angle ADC is 90 degree. If AB is equal to 15, CD is equal to 40. Diagonal is given. We have to find the area of the trapezium. So let me draw it first. What they are saying. They are saying this angle is 90 degree and this is A, B, C and D, and something has been given, that is given is 41, right? This is 90 degree. This has been given it 15, and this particular value has been given as 40. The first thing is that you have to find the entire area, right? So there are multiple ways in which you can find out this particular thing that can be obtained, because the task is, you know the formula of trapezium area, right? So you know the formula, you need to find this perpendicular to get the answer, but do not worry. Let's do it in some other way. A trapezium, here you can clearly see it that this is going to be this rectangle plus one right angle triangle. And I also know this particular value. If you look at this value is 40, this particular value is going to be 25. This value will be 25. Now you can clearly see if this particular value is 25 and this particular value 41, this particular value overall is given as 40. There is a Pythagorean triplet which is 9, 40 and 41, right? This is a Pythagorean triplet. So if one side is 40, hypotenuse is 41, this particular value will be 9. There are some basic Pythagorean triplet that everyone should remember, right? So in some other lecture, I will be covering what primitive Pythagorean triplet you must know for faster problem solving. Once you get this 9, either you use formula and get the answer, or the other way around is also there. You look at this rectangle, is will be 15 into 9, that is 135 will be area of this rectangle, plus there is a right angle triangle also, that is the trapezium. This trapezium is one rectangle plus one right angle triangle. You can clearly see that will be 25 times 9 divided by 2, which will be 112.5, and 135 is going to be 247.5, right? Actually, you should have marked the answer by looking at this. This is going to be odd number, right? An odd number by 2 will end in decimal. It is not going to give you any perfect integer. Only that was sufficient to mark this answer, right? That it will be point something. Only one option is point something. That has to be correct. What I can do, I'm just showing you the way you can solve the questions, right? Very easily. The way options are given in SSC, right? If you use them, I tell you, your 150, 160 right now that you must be scoring in your mains marks, that can reach easily to 180, 190. The only thing is that how you are calculating. Are you using the options or not? Learn to use the options. Moving to question number 57 now. It says there is a rhombus. I hope all of you know the rhombus. All sides equal. Any parallelogram with all sides equal is called as rhombus. So area of the rhombus is having one side 10 and one diagonal 12. Let me draw that rhombus first. So this rhombus is going to be look like this. This is 10 and one diagonal has been provided to us, that is equal to 12, right? So this is 12 given. Now what do you have to do? In rhombus, the diagonals are perpendicular bisectors. So this will be 90 degrees. This particular value will be 6. Now again, right, there is a Pythagorean triplet in a right angle triangle. 6, 8, 10 is a well-known Pythagorean triplet, right? So you got half of the diagonal. So actually 12 times 8 will be the area. That is going to be 96, because half d1 d2 is what you know, right? Even if you don't know that, that's not a problem. That's not a problem, right? Because you look, this is going to be two congruent triangles, this one and this one. So you find this triangle area, that will be half, you know, you can find that is going to be 12 times 8. Right, half into 12 times 8, double it, that will be 12 times 8, that is 96, or half d1 d2, both is going to work over here. I hope everyone is getting what I'm trying to talk. That's this question is very simple, and you can even find the area of the rhombus without any problem. Now question number 58. This particular question says that the cost of leveling a circular field at 50 paise per square meter is 7700. Then the cost of putting up a fence all around it at 1.20 per meter is going to be how much? Let's check what the answer. I marked something. I'll check later if it is right or wrong, or we need to do some more corrections. All right. How I mark directly, I'll just tell you, I've already taught you this in previous year paper solutions, right? How many of you getting my sound properly? Means you're not having any problem in the sound. Some people are saying there is problem in the sound. Sound echo problem. Is it manageable or not? Tell me, because I cannot change the place at the moment. Okay, is it manageable or not? I'll take care the next time. Okay, please write if it is manageable, so that I can continue. I'm waiting for your confirmations, everyone. Okay. Please confirm if it is manageable so that I can proceed with this particular question. Please comment, everyone, right? Who's there in the session? I just expect everyone to reply on this part so that I can proceed further. Okay, it's fine. So let me continue. Now, how I marked this third option while I finished reading this question, right? That is very important. Understand how I did it. Because I have told you something which can be used directly here and you can mark the answer. When I ended reading it here, I had one idea is what is the area of this circular field. What is that area? If 50 paise per square meter is 7700, then what is number of square meters? It will be 15400, right? It's 15400, right? Because it's 50 paise per square meter. And if this is the amount, then how many square meters? Double. Once I looked at this value for the circular field, this is a known circle. 154 gives me a perimeter 44. 15400 will give me a perimeter of 440. Standard circle, if you all remember, radius 7, 44 perimeter, area 154. Here it is 15400 means multiplied by 100, or you can say scale factor is 10. Every length component will become 10 times. That means this is the perimeter. Now this is the perimeter is going to be, fenced at this cost 1.20. When I ended here, I had this figure in the mind, and I know that if I multiply with 1.2, I'm going to get a value little more than this, but it can never be this. So without doing any calculation, I'm marking the answer. You call it a mensuration question, but I don't see any merit in this question that you cannot do with this standard circle that I taught you in the previous session. Getting my point or not? That's why I say it is very important to use your common sense. You have that common sense. The only problem is that you become more mathematical while doing mathematics, right? Because you feel that you have to use some formula to get the answer. That's the problem, right? Look how easily this question can be done if you just read the question and then mark the option like that. You just look at the options, you will be able to mark the options. Clear everyone? I'm moving further. Okay. And again, I'm repeating, right? When I was taking previous session, I talked about this kind of problem solving, right? It's not extraordinary, right? You may call it's extraordinary thinking. I call it is extraordinary. I mean more ordinary. This is the natural way of thinking that we all have. The only thing is that we are not training ourselves to think naturally. We are becoming more mathematically based on formulas. So let's end this. Start using your brain. Question number 59. Now it says from the four corners of a rectangular sheet of dimension 25 by 20, squares of side 2 centimeter is cut from four corners and a box is made. What we have to tell, what is the volume of the box? If you can visualize, you can easily write the values to be this one, and then easily you can get the answer to be 672. All right, again, actual calculation is not required. The only thing is that visualization is required, that I'm going to show you how I did the visualization. And let's see. Mahi, this can be developed if you start thinking more on the questions, less focus on the solutions, right? I'll talk about this in the last 10 minutes of the class. This is what is being done. If you cut this portion out, take a piece of paper later at home and try it out. If you cut this portion and throw it, then you can fold this along this line. You can fold this along this line. You can fold this along this line, and you can fold this portion along this line. So what will be happening, that this side will be 21, this side will be 16, less 4, 20 minus 4, and the height will be equal to 2, and that's how you can write this. Now you can clearly see if you multiply this particular value, it will be 21 times 32. The value is ending in 2. Only one option is possible. The other way around, you can see the answer is going to be little more than 600. 21 times 32, right? More than 600, little more than that. And that's how you can easily mark option 2. Now you just think, right? Why you are not able to think like this? Because you are not training yourself to think like this. That is the only problem. I tell you, this is not the problem with the subject. This is the problem, the way we have learned to solve the questions, right? Because we have learned that we have to calculate the exact value. We don't look at the options spacing. They are, spaced at a much distance, right? And all the such poor options are given that you can easily mark it. So the visualization, the right way of thinking, and then using the options will easily make sure the mensuration is going to be the easiest topic for you. Let me tell you. Now question number 60. Looks calculative, root 2 and all is given, but let's see how we're going to solve it. The height and the total surface area of a right circular cylinder are 4 centimeter and 8 pi square centimeter respectively. So the height has been given, all right, and total surface area has been given. Radius is what they are asking for. So you all know that I can write, 2 pi into r plus h, 2 pi r into r plus h. But the final expression, if I will write anything, I will write this, right? I hope all of you are getting this. This will be equal to 4. Everyone getting or not? Because I have just done one thing, that here it was 2 pi and 8 is cancelled and I am getting 4 over here. Now this h has been given to be equal to 4. Now I have to find r. Do not solve the quadratic equation, because again you will not get any Nobel Prize. I will just go through the option to find out what option can be right. You clearly see if this particular value that has been provided to me, the height is given to us is that particular value is equal to 4. If anyone is having problem, I'll explain it. This particular value is 2 pi r into r plus h, right? And that's what is given to be equal to 8 pi, right? So I'm just doing this. I'm making this particular value to be 4. That particular value is becoming 4. And this expression I have written directly, because that's what I expect every one of you to do that. Write this directly. Now I'm going to ask you a question. If you look at all the options, 2 options you can easily reject. That is root 2 and 2. Why? Because if already h is 4, right? And if you choose any r which is more than 1, you are going to get this value definitely more than 4, right? This is going to be definitely more than 4. If you take this value more than 1, and this is already minimum 4 plus something into more than 1 will be more than 4. So these two options are never going to be possible. So essentially I'm looking for a value of r that should be definitely less than 1. Then you go to the option, then again you will become confused that this is also less than 1, this is also less than 1, then what? Do I need to calculate? No, again you need not to calculate. With little presence of the mind, you can mark the right answer. You look at this option. This particular option is going to give you 2 root 2. Root 2 is approximately 1.4. That means 2.8 minus 2 approximately 0.8. And this particular option will give you 2 minus 1.4 approximately, I must say, 0.6. Right? Now you just take this particular value and go here. If you put this 0.6 here, it will be 0.6 times 4.6. You clearly see this is 60% of 4.6. This can never be 4. 60%. 50% will be 2.3. And 2.3 plus 10 more percent, 0.46. Getting my point? It is never going to be 4. That's why even this is not possible. Only first option is possible. You can clearly see that even if there is any calculation, it was looking like a quadratic equation and I need to solve quadratic equation to get the answer. But that is not the case. 2 options are easily rejected, right? Then what? There are only 2 options left. I can easily figure out what answer is going to be right. Because there are only 2 answers. If I just prove that this is wrong, this will be right. Getting my point or not? That's how you can do it easily. So it's not about, the calculation is too much in the paper. It's about you calculate too much in the papers. Change yourself, everything will change. Moving to the next question. Ashwini, I'm not a human calculator. I just know how to calculate in a correct way, right? 61. It says the radius of a cylindrical milk container is half its height and surface area of the inner part is given is 616, right? Inner part, outer part, everything is same. So don't worry. It is not a hollow cylinder kind of thing, right? So it's 616 square centimeter. The amount of milk that the container can hold approximately is, they have provided you 2 values for ease of your calculation. And it can be done very easily because a cylindrical milk container is there where height and surface area has been provided. Height and radius ratio has also already been given, right? So what is left in this particular question? I'm just giving you this particular question as the homework. Try it out on your own. If you face any problem, let me know, I'll solve it. Okay, it's very simple one. It's just equate the volume and get the answer. Radius and height ratio is given. So do it on your own. Do comment if later you need you have any problem, I'll provide you the solution. Don't worry. I'm moving further. Question number 62. This says a solid brass sphere of radius 2.1 decimeter. Some people, in exam get confused. What is the brass? You need not worry about that. Don't become emotional with the word solid brass sphere, right? It is simply solid sphere, right? Don't be emotional in the paper. Radius is given 2.1 decimeter. Yes, that is important because you need to know the conversion between decimeter and centimeter. So that is also 10 times, right? 1 decimeter is 10 centimeter. It is asking the total surface area of the rod to sphere. You have to find the ratio of the surface area. So let's calculate this particular value. The first thing you all need to understand that 2.1 decimeter will be 21 centimeter, right? Solid sphere is there, so I will write 4 by 3. I will not write pi because I know pi has no relevance, right? Into r cube. Then I will go in the right circular cylinder. It's pi r square h, so I need only r square into h has been given to be 7, right? Everything is written in terms of centimeter. Now what you have to do, you have to just calculate the value of r. So this particular value is given to be 21 cube. So you can clearly see, you can write this particular value to be 21 times 21 times 21. And then here it is r square into 7. And then what? Nothing left. You can just see that this particular value will be 7 and this 7 gets cancelled out. You can clearly see that r here is 42. 21 square, 2 square. 42, you know the r. Now you have to find the ratio of the total surface area. It is going to be 4 pi r square. I will not write pi because I know that is not important at all. So I will write here 21 square. Here in this side, what is the value that you need to write? It is 2 pi, right? The ratio you have to calculate. So it's 2 pi. I will not write pi again. And then, you know, it's r into r plus h. So 42 plus h has been given to be 7. Now tell me what is the answer you are getting. I'm just waiting for a comment. Nothing is left in the question. This particular value will become 49. Here you are getting 2 times 42. You can write this particular value to be 21 times 21. So you can clearly see 21 times 2 will go away. 4 and 4 will get cancelled out. Here you are left with 21. Here it is going to be 49. Divide by 7. You are getting 3:7. But just understand what they are asking. Rod to sphere, not sphere to rod. So do not mark 3:7. Mark 7:3. That is what was required, right? Do not get that basic mistake that even if you are writing in this order, you need not to mark this question into 3:7 was this sphere to cylinder, right? Or rod. But we have to find rod to sphere. So that's why we have to write in this particular fashion. Easier, you know, it's not difficult. The only thing is there was small calculation, right? All right, 63. Question number 63 now. Essentially, very easy one. Let's read it out. Why I'm saying easy one? Because it's a mensuration question. The sum of the length and breadth of a rectangle is 6. A square is constructed such that one of its sides is equal to diagonal of the rectangle, which is not known. If the ratio of areas of square to rectangle has been given to be 5:2, we have to find what is the area of the square in centimeter square. So we have to calculate area of the square. Let's see what has been given to us. This is what has been provided, and that's what you are making this. You are making a square. A rectangle is given where sum of the length and breadth has been given, not individual value. This sum has been given to be 6. Rest nothing is known. Now let's easily identify what is going to happen. If you assume these sides to be A and B, right? A and B will be area of the rectangle, and A square plus B square is going to be area of the square. Just see it. Because this will become root of A square plus B square using Pythagoras, so this will be the area of the square. What has been given that you need to understand that if this is 5, this is 2. That's what has been given. We also know one thing that here, this sum A and B is equal to how much? 6. This sum is going to be 6. Now, you know, the best way is do little number crunching here, right? So I want the product of A and B. There are multiple possibilities that you can think of, right? By looking at the number, I am getting what is going to happen because I do number crunching little quickly. Okay, so you can just think like that. This will become 8, this will become 20. And if you write this 8, just understand one thing, this will become 4 and 2. And just clearly see here, 4 and 2 is actually 6. Then area will be how much? 8. So this condition is now satisfied. That means this becomes area of the square, 20. Alright, your concern was that sum of the sides should be equal to 6. I multiplied this by 4 because then 4 and 2 will be the one, you know, you can obtain where sum is going to be 6. So the sides become 4 and 2, and here what is written is nothing but the square area, that is going to be 20. Otherwise you will unnecessarily waste your time, and maybe many people prefer to use quadratic equation so many times in the paper that, you know, they will get the answer even if they use quadratic equation, but you know how much time they are going to waste in the exam, right? But I am saving your time, right? I'm saving your time. If you think in a correct way, you can do it very easily. Moving further now. Question number 64. What it says, the length of the side of an equilateral triangle is 8 centimeter. The area of the region lying between the circumcircle and the incircle of the triangle is. While reading the question, only thing I'm getting is the happiness, right? I taught you something, if you all remember, was one standard equilateral triangle that is going to make life so easy here. That was side 2, 2, 2. And I taught you that here the circumradius was 2 by root 3 and the in radius, if you remember, was 1 by root 3. Now tell me please, you know that this in circle will be like this, circumcircle will be like this. And the in circle to circumcircle ratio of radius is 1:2. What does it mean? If I assume inner area to be 1, the outer area will be 4. What is the difference? 3. 3 means what? 3 times in circle ka area. Right? If you just calculate in circle area here, do 3 times, that is the answer. That is the difference. How easily you are doing. And how to find the in circle area? I think there is no problem. 4 pi into r square. R square will be what here? 1 by 3. And you know the pi. How many of you know the pi? Or you don't know? Let me know. I will just explain you everything. If anyone is having any, try to understand what I'm doing. I'm just saying that you know standard side, that is 2, 2, 2. And I'm just doing all the calculation based on that. Right? So here the difference in area is going to be pi. Right? This pi is the area when side is 2. Right? Why I'm writing this pi? Because pi by 3 that you are getting is the area of this in circle. But the difference will be how much? 3 times. So if you just do that 3 times, the difference will be pi. Now this is one more standard result. If you can remember, that's well and good. If you don't, there is no problem. You can easily reach at this stage. Now just see what they have given. They have given a triangle where side is 8. Scale factor is 4. What is the answer? 16 times. Hope everyone is getting my point. What is the answer? 16 times. And if you go 16 times, answer will be second one. If you want to verify, because first and second one is very close, you just do one thing. 16 times pi, which is 22 by 7. You just calculate this. You can clearly see this is 16. And if you look at this number, this will be 3, 1 by 7. You multiply this, you are going to get 48 plus 16 by 7. 16 by 7 will be 2 plus 2 by 7. That's why it will be 52 by 7. Getting my point? And now if I summarize this particular question, how easily it can be done orally without doing anything. With side 2, you know that this is the condition, right? So area of this in circle will be pi by 3. 3 times of it, which is difference, will be pi. But here side is 4 times. So here the difference will be how much? 16 times. 16 pi is the answer. And that you can orally mark. So irrespective of whatever side they are giving, with the knowledge of this one standard equilateral triangle, you are free from formula. You don't need to know any formula at all. You can easily mark the answers. Hope you all are enjoying it. Do comment. Hope everyone is enjoying it, right? So one standard equilateral triangle, we are getting so many questions in each paper. One standard circle that we know, we are getting so many questions in each paper. You decide how you want to learn mensuration and geometry, right? If you learn in the correct way, knowing some numbers, some standard geometry, it will make things so easy to solve. And that is the ultimate purpose, right? It's not a subjective paper, sir. It's objective paper. Question number 65, it says a solid sphere is having a radius 3 centimeter being melted to form a hollow right circular cylinder where length is 4 and the external radius is 5. They are asking what is the thickness of the tube. बहुत ही आसान है, right? The answer is going to be how much? 1. Let me solve it. Otherwise, you will say how quickly you are doing it. You can also do like that. Let's do it. It says solid sphere is given, radius is 3, is being melted. So what is the volume? You will write 4 by 3 into pi r cube. I mean, you will write 3 cube here. Then you are making hollow right cylinder. I'm not writing pi. Hollow right cylinder gives you pi. Then you get r1 plus r2. And then you get r1 minus r2 if you remember the hollow cylinder, right? Now here you can clearly summarize, it is going to be 36 in this side, right? Because 327 by 3, 9 4s are 36, right? And here what has been given is 5 plus unknown, 5 minus unknown, because external radius is given. Now you can clearly see if you want to get 36 here, the one thing, you just think about this question mark. The question mark is the internal radii. Okay, I'm just giving you one composition And you all, if you agree, let me know. If I'm writing 9 here, right? Suppose I'm writing 9 here. What shall I write here? Tell me please. Shall I write 4 here? Are you getting this difference that we need, right? But the thing is, will this question mark value match? I mean, if I am writing this 9 by 6 in this way, because look, if you are having this particular relationship and you write this way, there is some mistake we are doing. What? We did not use this particular length, that is 4 here, because it is R1 radius and then we have a length as well. Now you can see this 4 will get cancelled out with this 9. We are getting 9 on this side, right? Now just see how we can get 9. 9 into 1, right? This 9 into 1 will give me 9, and you can clearly see if I am getting this 9, this question mark is not different at both the places. It is 4 here, 4 here. And this length is actually known as the thickness, right? R1 minus R2 is the thickness here. Ashwin is saying, but during exam our mind doesn't work too fast. One can adopt this method only through practice. Ashwini, tell me, from the childhood you have been trained in an educational system where you are learning maths through formulas, right? You know the math is formula, right? So in exam, if you are solving a mensuration question, you are stuck in the mensuration formulas. Getting my point or not? So that will take little time, right? It is not going to come in one day. So if you're not able to think this way, you will understand my solution very, very clearly. I'm just showing you things are very simple. But to gain this level of thinking, you need to do little work. For 16 years of your life, you have, just crushed your creative thinking. To make it alive, you have to give 2-3 months, right? But even if you don't have 2-3 months, you are going for tier 2 exam, you start thinking today like that. Right? At least change your thinking from the day I'm making you awaken, right? That this is the thinking you need. Just be awake so that you start today. It's never too late, right? If you start changing yourself from today, you will see the gradual change in your thinking process. Most of you are learning mathematics through memorization. I'm again repeating. You are learning mathematics through memorization. You don't know it, but this is the fact. You see a solution, you look at a question, you look at the solution, you understand it. When you get a similar question, your mind goes back, scans very fast, and you just omit it out. This is memorization, not the learning. But you do the mathematics like that without your knowledge. It is happening. This is the same process you are learning mathematics. But if you just change and start thinking, start analyzing, understanding, I tell you, you will become, or you will start thinking like this, because this is what you actually naturally are. This is how God has made us, to think like this, right? So just come out of that, the boundary that you have set for yourself, start thinking, and you will definitely improve. This is very ordinary thinking, natural thinking that you need to develop. Question number 66, pet questions, standard question, keep coming every time, right? How to do it? From this particular value, first you need to find x plus 1 by x, and that is root of 98 plus 2. These questions you can do through memorization, right? That's not a problem. But most of the question, if you use memorization, right, there is a great problem. If you get x plus 1 by x is equal to 10, then you have to find this particular value. This is nothing but 10 cube minus 3 into 10. That is going to be 970, and that's how you can easily mark option A without any problem. And moving very fast in this question, because this is most of you must be knowing. There is no addition, subtraction from my side. Question number 67, very interesting question, but very easy one. What we need to find out, that if A plus 1 by B is equal to 1, B plus 1 by C is equal to 1, C plus 1 by A is what? Right? When you will become very mature in terms of thinking, you will not take any time in marking third option. But anyways, don't worry. I'm just going to tell you what and how you can do it. So let's think about that, how I did it. It is a question that is variable to constant question. Means some condition has been given. I will term it as a variable, and then we are being asked to find the value of some other variable, right? So let's think how we can get these values that is being asked. If I assume A is equal to 2 and B is equal to minus 1, 2 minus 1 will become 1, right? Okay. Then if B is minus 1, what C I should assume so that I get 1? The value of C should be 1 by 2. If C is 1 by 2, it will become minus 1 plus 2 is equal to 1. right? So if I'm having a is equal to 2 and c is equal to 1 by 2, it will be 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, and that's how you are going to get value equal to 1. So you call it algebra. Algebra is nothing but generalized numbers. So these are the numbers. I just try to find some values which fit this criteria, and with practice it is not a difficult thing for me, right? I can easily look at anything and I can find it out, because I can think in terms of numbers very easily, right? So if you think in terms of number, it is not going to be difficult. You can easily do it. All right. So if you have done this way, you can find some other values, like Vikas is suggesting a different set of values. No problem. Ultimate answer will be same, right? That's what you want. And that's how you can easily mark the answer. Answer is going to be 1 in this particular case. Moving to question number 68 now. Question number 68 says, if x is equal to y plus z, then what is x cube minus y cube minus z cube? The answer is this one. How? क्लास 9th में आपने पढ़ा होगा इसको, right? That if x plus y plus z is equal to 0, then x cube plus y cube plus z cube is equal to 3xyz, right? Here what is happening, that if this expression I take, I can write this expression to be x minus y minus z is equal to 0. I mean, in this expression I can put y is equal to minus y and z is equal to minus z. If you do that, you have to do the same thing here. Put y is equal to minus y and z is equal to minus z. You will have x cube minus y cube minus z cube, right? But the best thing is that on the right hand side, if you put y is equal to minus y and z is equal to minus z, that minus minus will get cancelled, and that's how the answer will remain same. That is 3 times x, y, z. Hope all of you are getting it without any confusion or problem. It's very simple standard result, right? So that is not going to change. All right. Moving to the next question, that is question number 69. Such a big question, but let me tell you, it is a very hollow question, right? It can be done very easily. Okay, again, it's a variable and the answer are given in terms of constant. We are going to find the suitable value to get the answer. If I put this particular value a to be 0, b to be 0, c to be 0 and d to be 0, no, d I cannot choose 0. I have to choose d is equal to 4. Then only, right, this condition will be satisfied. But the best thing that I have done is I have assumed a0, b0, c0 and d is equal to 4. Means the condition is satisfied. If you put all a, b, c equals 0, tell me please what will happen to this. A, b, c 0, this particular expression will remain equal to 1. If you go to this expression, since b and c are 0, it will give you minus 1 by 3. I mean d4. So this is 1 into 1, minus 1 by 3. Similarly, minus 1 by 3. Similarly, minus 1 by 3. It will be 1 minus 1 equals to 0. And that's how you can get the answer without any problem, right? Getting my point or not? Hope you are getting it. Thinking in terms of numbers is making algebra so easy, right? So you have to just learn how to make or think in terms of numbers. Algebra is nothing but generalized numbers. When numbers are generalized, they become, variables. We call them variables, right? And if you choose the right set of values, you can choose any other value if you want. But I think this is the easiest values that you can choose. Making 3 variables 0, 1 variable 4. Then we can easily write 1 minus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 3, and I'm getting this particular value is equal to 0 without any problem, right? Let me move further. That is question number 70 now. Question number 70 says, what is the simplified value of this expression, or this value is going to be closest to what? All right, a very interesting one, but very easy question. I will prefer to do it orally, right? I can get the answer orally. That answer is going to be fourth one, but I will explain you how I am thinking this way so that you can also train yourself in that direction. First, look at these two expressions. If you look at these two expressions, which is given to us, that is provided to be root 27 here. This expression will be 3 root 3. All right. So 1 by 3, 3 root 3 means minus root 3. This expression is going to be outside, you will get 3. Cube root of 27 is 3. 3 by 2 is minus 1.5. All right. That's simple. Now, if you look at this first term, one thing is certain, this term is going to be negative. Numerator is positive. Root 3 minus root 2 will be positive, while root 12 minus root 18. Root 18 will be bigger than root 12. Any child can tell you that, right? Denominator negative, numerator positive, it will be negative. Now tell me please, by looking at this, you can essentially say that the magnitude overall will be negative for sure. So this and this is not going to be possible. Out of these two, what will be right? You can clearly see that all negatives will add up. So magnitude wise, that value will be definitely going to be more than root 3. right? Because if you take minus common, there will be root 3 plus 1.5 plus something. So magnitude wise, it is going to be more than root 3. Getting my point or not? How many of you agree with the analysis that I'm trying to tell you all? I'm not saying that if D is right or not. I don't know. Okay, I'm not calculating it exactly that the expression is going to match or not. I don't care even, right? The thing is, out of 4 options, what option shall I choose? One option is right. Can I choose this option? No, because this value is going to be minus 0 point something, right? 1 minus root 3. So minus 0 point something. So this is the only option which can be correct. I don't know if SSC has given a right answer or not. Neither I care, right? Neither I care. Why will I care? This is their work to give me the right questions. I don't care, right? That what is the answer, what answer is right. I identified the first expression to be negative. I'm again explaining it. This expression will be, the outside will be 3 by 2. I am getting 1.5 with the negative sign. This is 3 root 3. 3 cancel out. I'm getting a root 3, right? So what I know is something that the answer, either it will be 4 or the question is wrong. I don't know. I mean the options is wrong. Otherwise, answer, if anything can be correct, is the D option. So do not waste your time in calculating the exact answer, right? You just get what answers cannot be possible, right? And only one can be possible, mark it and leave. It is now up to SSC to decide their options are right or wrong. I don't know. You don't care. I hope all of you are enjoying it, right? Let me move further. Things are very easy. Again, I'm repeating. Become more ordinary. If you become more ordinary, things will be easier. If you go and find solution of this question anywhere on internet or any book, right, you will be surprised what they are doing, right? They love to solve in terms of surds, indices. I don't know what they do. Okay, anyways, but since I cannot think that complex, I find things very easy, right? Okay, I'm moving further. Question number 71. This is a standard question. SSC may have asked it unlimited number of times. So I prefer not to solve this question. I hope all of you know the answer for this question will be equal to 10. X is 11 and it is ending in minus 1 here. So the answer in this particular case is going to be 10 here. Okay. So you all do it on your own. I don't think any thing from my side is actually required in this particular question. Question number 72. Okay, I'll explain you the process. Whenever such questions come, you have to find either a plus 1 by a or a minus 1 by a, right? So here you solve, you will get a minus 1 by a is equal to 5, right? How you can get it? Just do the cross multiplication. A into a minus 5 is equal to 1. All right, then you can write that as a square minus 5a is equal to 1. Divide by a minus 1 by a will become equal to 5, right? Once you get a minus 1 by a is equal to 5, you have to find a plus 1 by a. A plus 1 by a will be clearly equal to root of 5 square plus 4. That is root of 29. And that's how you can easily mark the answer. Oh, sorry, both options are root 29, so either both will be correct. You mark any one and move further, right? Do not get confused about minus root 29. It is clearly given that a is more than 0. So a plus 1 by a will be definitely positive. So this answer can never be right. All right. So don't get confused. Moving to the next question, that question number 73. Okay, what they are asking. Tell me the answer for this particular question. This is very interesting. Plus 1 is given, minus 1 is given, plus 1 and minus 1 is given, and none of the options are also given, right? So how many of you saying that this question answer is going to be 1, or some are saying answer is fourth one? Please, all of you comment, right? I just want to give you a little time in this particular question, right? Okay. Some are saying the answer is fourth one. Keep commenting. I'm waiting. Then I'll explain. Then I will explain. It's I will say the much better question that came into the SSC. Others, please comment whatever answer you are getting. Many are saying minus 1. Okay. Now understand one thing, right? Options are always helpful. Even if you are getting minus 1 or plus 1, the third option is plus 1 and minus 1. So anyone getting plus 1, do not be tempted to mark only plus 1, because your answer is also there in the third one. You have to check if minus 1 is going to be the answer or not. This would have been a much better question if they would not have provided this third option as plus 1 and minus 1, but rather directly none of the options. But in that case, there would have been a problem. There would have been a conflict, right? Because then first one, second one, both would have been the right answers. Maybe that's what I'm anticipating based on their options given. Let's check that out. If this is the condition given, if you remember, a similar situation was given beforehand as well. So you have a value, let's choose that value to be 2, and then I'm going to choose this particular b value to be -1. Then I'm going to choose c to be 1 by 2. Then you know that this particular value is, they are asking what is the product ABC. Now if I choose this way, I'm going to get -1. All right, I'm going to get -1. But then I have to think about that, can there be any other answer? If you take the product, you are going to get -1. So let me try it out with a is equal to -2, b is equal to 1, and c is equal to -1 by 2. You just see here, is the condition satisfied or not? -2 plus 1 will be equal to -1. This will be 1 minus 2, again -1. This is -1 by 2, -1 by 2, again -1. That means if I choose these three values, that is -2, 1 and -1 by 2, in that case also all three values are actually equal. Take the product here. Here you are going to get ABC product to be equal to +1. That means both can be the answer. How many of you getting my point? Getting my point or not? That both are possible answers are here, right? Do not be tempted to mark either +1 and leave or -1 and leave. Both are possible here. I hope all of you getting. Everyone, right? That both values are actually possible. समझ में आ रहा है? Right? If you choose 2 -1 1 by 2, you are getting product to be equal to -1. But if you choose -2 1 and -1 by 2, then you are getting product to be +1. And in both conditions, this condition is satisfied. All three are equal. So little carefulness is what you need in the exam to score very high marks, right? And the options always are there to help you, right? If you're getting +1, go to the third option, okay, right? That's why we have to become little more careful. Let's spend little extra second to figure out if -1 is also going to be there or not. And that will allow you not getting a -1. Question number 74. Question number 74 says ax plus by is equal to 1, bx plus ay is equal to 2ab upon a square plus b square. Then what is this particular value? Now look, this question, no, this is not a time-taking question, YouTube mania, right? Because look, in exam you need few questions, right? Where you have to do some analysis. Otherwise you'll get bored, right? If every question will be look and mark, that was also look and mark. But it was look and mark, right? So you have to look twice before marking it. That's why I say look at the options, right? Options are there. You should look at the options. So you should get some 1 or 2 questions where you can create a difference. I mean, right? So that is interesting. Now coming to this question, right? Ax plus by is equal to 1, bx plus ay is equal to 2ab upon a square plus b square, and then x square plus y square into a square plus b square is equal to. Now if you are taking the exam as an aspirant, might be this question you will find time consuming, but when you know what they can ask, what is their domain and range, right? This question is very easy. What you need to understand here, this is nothing but x is equal to a square plus a upon a square plus b square, and then y is equal to b upon a square plus b square. Now I'll go back and show you. You think about ax. Ax will be a square upon a square plus b square. By will be b square upon a square plus b square. You sum it, you are going to get equal to 1. Right? Think about bx plus ay. If you take bx, it will be b into a. Ay, it will be a into b. You sum it, you are going to get 2ab upon this plus this. That means this is what x and y, right? And they have made the question from this. Now what is the answer? You just calculate x square plus y square into a square plus b square. बस यही मिलेगा 1. You do it. X square will be a square upon a square plus b square whole square. Y square will be b square upon a square plus b square whole square. You sum it, it will be x square plus y square is equal to 1 upon a square plus b square, because a square plus b square will cancel out once, and then the product will be equal to 1, right? Easy one, very easy question. All right, you can even try out and put some values, that also will give you the answer, but here the variables are 4 variables are there, right? but that is not difficult. You choose some values, figure out, and then you are going to get the answer, right? So again, even if you do not know this result, just think about some values that can satisfy this condition, and let me tell you, you are going to get the answer without any problem, right? I can give you some hint if you need, right? Put y is equal to 0. There is no harm in it. Nobody is saying there is any problem. If you put y is equal to 0, these terms will go away, right? You will be left with only those two terms. Ax is equal to 1 and bx is equal to something that has been given, right? And then you proceed, then also you are going to get value is equal to 1. Or you put a is equal to b is equal to 1, x and y is equal to 1 by 2, right? So people are writing in the comments also, that's good. That also you can use. If you know this, that's well and good. If you don't know, put the values and get the answer, right? Moving further. Last question of the today's class. It is saying if x, y, z are three factors of this, then what is the value of x plus y plus z? Right? Let me tell you how to do it. What are the factors? If I give you any expression, I say this is the factor. If x is the factor, means if you put a is equal to x, this will become 0. Right? So I'm having this expression a cube minus 7a minus 6, and I want to find the factors, three factors they are talking about, right? The easiest value that I can check is a is equal to 1. Check, put a is equal to 1, it will be 1 minus 7, then you will get minus 6, not working. Put a is equal to minus 1. If you put a is equal to minus 1, this will be minus 1 plus 7 minus 6. Oh, it is becoming 0. Happy, happy, happy. You got one factor, right? So essentially this will definitely contain in factorization a plus 1. Essentially, you have calculated the value of x to be minus 1. Now let's think about other value. I will say let's put a is equal to minus 2 then. Put a is equal to minus 2, you are going to get minus 8 plus 14 minus 6. Look, it is again becoming 0. So you got another factor a plus 2. Essentially, you have got two factor, x is equal to minus 1, and then you are getting y is equal to minus 2 also. Then the third factor, if you want to obtain, you can directly get from this factorization. Look, these products are going to give you 2 into 1. The constant term will be plus 2, but you need a constant term to be minus 6. So definitely you need a minus 3 here. Then only minus 3 minus and 2 and 1 will give you minus 6. Second thing is that this will definitely contain a because you want a cube. Then don't waste your time in the exam. You got the third factor, which is 3. So z will be equal to 3. X plus y plus z is going to be equal to how much? You can just see from here. Right? If you sum, you are getting the factors. That's what I'm saying. You got the factors. So you are getting the value. If you sum this particular value, you will feel that you are getting a value 0, right? But do not make this mistake. Why? Because the factors that I have written, they were not talking about this value a is equal to minus 1. Understand this, right? They were talking about this a plus 1 is x, a plus 2 is y, and a minus 3 is z, right? These are the three factors are something which divide the expressions completely. Getting my point or not? So if these are the values given, you can sum it out x plus y plus z, and you are going to get what? 3a or not? Now tell me please, the answer is going to be 3a or 6. It is not going to be 6, sir, right? Don't make this mistake. If you are directly summing it out, I was just showing it because I wanted to clarify it to you, right? Even if you sum it out, you are going to get 0. You are not going to get 6. 6 is not answer here. Here a is variable, and these are the three factors: a plus 1, a plus 2, and a minus 3. If you sum it out, you are going to get 3a is the right answer, right? So little bit carefulness is required in this particular question. So I have ended this 25 questions today. Hope you all are enjoying it. Now I will be answering few questions. The general question that you all have been asking is, look, let me tell you, those who are going to appear in 2018, right? And those who are going to appear in 2017, I'm going to tell you separate plans for both of you. 2017 guys, you are going to have your exam in the month of February, right? What you can do at this stage is, again, I'm going to tell you, you are getting the thought process. I have solved almost 275 questions till now. And I have shown you one thing, that there is not a single question even that requires any high level thinking, You call it mathematics. It doesn't require any high level thinking. It is simply common sense. All questions, not one question I'm talking about, all questions that I have done till now, you check it out. No question required any high level. Every question can be done with basic knowledge and common sense. But you are not learning the basics in a correct way. Yeah, you are learning from the books, you are learning from the solutions. So your mathematics is the memorization. Change it. Just start thinking. You have the capability to think in a much better way. Those going for 2017 mains, I will recommend you that starting from today, right? It is not about how many number of questions you are solving, because you must have practiced so many questions till now. It's about now taking the questions and trying to think on these lines. I mean, developing that kind of thought process, that what best could be done in this particular question. Can there be anything else which I can think of, which is, having more common or critical thinking in a way I can do the questions easily. So it's about now you just develop that kind of a skill, that you develop better problem solving skill. Look, all people are solving those 7300 questions, right? Or 10,000 questions, whatever you call it. All are reading the same solutions, right? But is everyone scoring much better marks in the paper? No, right? I'm saying some of them may be scoring because they may have a great memorization. Again, they can recall everything they have done. But why not to make your mathematics quantitative ability just pure thinking based? That is possible with little effort. If you do that with the half effort, right, I tell you, or maybe 25% effort only, you can solve questions way easily. And yes, you will never fear any pattern change or anything, because whatever they will throw at you, you can analyze and solve in the paper. That's not going to be a problem, right? Second thing, those who are going for 2018, I simply recommend you that your learning should not be based on, solving how many number of questions you are going to do. Okay, and reading the solution, mugging up the solution, and thinking you are becoming masters, right? That is the worst way of preparation. If you are having time, seriously, if you are having time, I must say, put up as much effort as you can, even if it takes much time, to come back to who you are, right? Use your common sense in everything you do, and things are going to be very easy. All right, thank you everyone. Tomorrow I will meet again at 6:30, and I will be wrapping up this 2012 series, right? And then I'll plan something else for you, more problem solving. We'll solve more number of questions in coming days. Mahi, I have taken your request. You want most of the questions in 2015, 14. Yes, my first task was, I took it as a fun, right? I had no big plans for YouTube. I just thought, because I was getting so much request from students, right? They were facing problem in 2016 mains paper. So I thought, just come and let's start it, right? So that you can actually understand what it takes, to learn these things. It's not difficult, right? The only thing is that you have to put little effort. Just little effort, while solving questions, you immediately focus on solution, right? I know that most of you, if you do not get one answer, you try to get the answer from someone else. And if he gives the answer, you read it and you think you are perfect now. That is not a correct way of learning, right? You just invoke your common sense, right? You have that. It is said in a research, it was recently published, that when any student is completing his graduation, he's losing his 70% creativity. And that's the fact. Our education system is taking out your creativity. So since we have been taught the mathematics in formula way, right? This is not your problem. This is the problem with everyone, actually. So when you have learned everything since the childhood, the mathematics is formula, right? You are not able to come out of that. I think these sessions will help you out in showing you the real picture. And in the market, everyone is generating the fear. I'm telling you, things are simple. Things are simple. The only thing is that you need to believe yourself and work on it, right? Anurag is saying, in starting half an hour, my speed is very slow, due to which I have to suffer in last minute. Anurag, for exam, how to approach the exam, I will be coming up with a separate video, actually, because exam management is another aspect. There are many students who have the knowledge, but actually they are not able to perform up to that level. Maybe you are having the certain level of knowledge where you can perform here, right? But actually during the exam, you are actually performing at this level, right? So that gaps will definitely make sure your marks are going down. So I'll just come up with another video maybe in next 1 week. I'll tell you how to, just plan yourself for the exam. There are certain benchmark that you need to set. You need to divide the time. You need to check, are you able to accomplish the goal that you have set for yourself? So if you just micromanage your entire 2 hours, and you keep checking it what you are doing in the paper, right, it will be very easy for you to correct if your speed is going slow. Not waiting for half an hour, actually you can correct it after 10 minutes or 12 13 minutes. So I'll come up with a separate video or live session itself, and I've taken this question very seriously because this is a problem with most of the aspirant. So I'll just let you know how to start the exam, right, in a flow. Means you are solving the question faster from the start. You are not leaving the things for the later part, right? And thank you all for being the session. It's really interesting to I love teaching live, but till now it was constrained to Appraoch students only. YouTube is allowing me to reach to more audience, even those who are not part of Appraoch, and we are loving it actually. So we'll keep on doing it as much time I can devote, I can find from my schedule. I'll try to come live and have a discussion with you all. Thank you everyone for being in the session. We'll meet tomorrow at 6:30 once again. Bye bye.